Good. How old are you?
I'm 47.
All right. What do you got for me?
So yeah, I wanted to know. I'm 47. I've been married, but I'm divorced. I have a 15-year-old son, and I want a
Mhm.
high value man.
Why?
Oh, that's a great question.
What is?
The why is first. Oh, I hope you don't eat me for this, but
Mm,
I feel like I deserve it.
mm,
I feel
well,
worthy.
huh? That's nice. What makes you deserve somebody else's money?
It's more about his energy, and so
What?
I think.
It's more
Well,
about
I
it.
said
It's
I
more about
said
an energy.
energy.
No,
I
see,
just I
excuse me,
you
man.
said money.
Hold on, man. We don't pay mortgages and credit card bills energetically. We pay those out of money market accounts, checking accounts, hard currency. Don't give me energy.
Okay.
Give me reality.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the question was, why am I deserving of his money?
Yeah. At 47 years
Ooh,
old.
that's such a
Mm.
good question.
I know,
Uh,
isn't it? Mm.
yes,
Did you go to college?
yes,
Did you go to graduate school?
yes,
Master's?
yes.
PhD? Which
Working on
one?
PhD right now.
I'm a PhD.
Right. And your ex-husband did what?
Oh gosh, my ex-husband
Yeah.
was a
Yeah. Mm.
he was a
Yeah. Pizza,
junkyard.
pizza delivery? Huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm. Isn't that something? So
yeah.
now you expect at almost half a hundred to just get a high value man after dating Fred Sanford. Mm.
I rebuke.
Have you ever heard of World Star Hip Hop?
Yes.
You have?
Say, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
Have you ever heard of World Star Hip Hop?
No,
You haven't?
no.
Well, you will.
I'll make you famous.
Are you trolling me or are you being dead ass serious?
Say, so no, I'm being dead ass serious.
No, and it's sad. Why? Why at half a hundred years old
Oh,
do you deserve a? Why do you deserve? I don't know why anybody deserves anything, but why do you at half a hundred deserve a high value man when your husband was a junk dealer?
yeah.
Hmm. I'm not understanding.
Well, help me understand what I'm not understanding.
You, who's your child's father?
My ex-husband.
That's as high as you get.
What do you?
That's as high as you get.
And that's based on your research?
No, it's based on what I'm talking to. It's based on most people. Why should a man come after you, older, more used, and pay more than a man that you gave the highest honor a woman can give a man?
Mm,
Mmm.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps because maybe he has already done the same thing.
No, but he can go get a younger version
But why would he?
because it's better.
Who says who?
Says an older
Without,
man than you. Says a man my age, I wouldn't touch you when I can get a 26-year-old you without the kid.
but you wouldn't get the experience, or you wouldn't get the wit or the wisdom.
Yeah, yeah. Who I don't want to experience. I don't want to eat shit, but that's a meal that's been experienced.
Mm. Ooh, so good.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. See, I want my filet. I want to
I,
eat my own filet. I don't want someone else to eat it. Then I go get the shit.
you know,
And see, that's
I
experience.
will reject
Mm.
it, but I won't
Yeah.
take that because I know you can't necessarily reject me. But it feels like, gosh, come on, Kevin.
What? Why do I'm being honest? Why do you need a high value man as a postmenopausal woman?
I didn't say need.
Well, why do you want one? If you didn't want one in your prime, listen, ma'am, let's be realistic. In your prime, when you had birthing years ahead of you, womb left in your womb, new experiences and magic of a new woman. Why did you not need a high value man then? But now when you're almost half 100, when there's nothing new, why do you need those resources and experience?
Can I tell you?
Yes, please.
Well, I've always wanted it. Youth. But because I was born in the projects, the ghettos of Chicago, rooted in a lot of trauma, I didn't have a value of myself. So I projected that. I didn't think I was worthy of someone like you or with the caliber of man that you are. So I didn't attract that kind.
We attract what we are.
Precisely.
So, ma'am, where in the world do men who are quote unquote high value, okay, choose older women as the default setting after they have their value proposition in order? Where has that ever happened in the history of mankind?
I mean, Lisa
Where?
Nichols.
Where?
Lisa Nichols just got married.
Ma'am, I said as the default setting.
Well, I can't answer that question precisely. I don't know.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, no, you can't. Okay. So again, where in the world throughout history do men who are high value, choose older women as their default setting for mates after they have already become high value?
I would just probably say nowhere.
Why?
Perhaps because they have options.
Which are?
Younger women.
Yes, because a younger woman can actually give their end of the social contract. Fertility, youth, exclusive access to their womb for my time, attention, and resources. That's the deal. You have already given your fertility, youth, exclusive access to your womb to another man. You should still be mated and bonded to that man, going off into the sunset and dying with him. That's how human beings have always worked. But now we're telling we have women your age range saying, I want now a man who is higher value than the man for whom I chose to have a child and give life to. That would be a bad deal for that man because he couldn't even get a child from you.
You know what? Thank you, because now I could just accept the fact that it wasn't my call this time in life, right? That I just didn't I didn't do it. It's almost like,
my question is, it doesn't even make logical sense to want a man of high value at your age. What is wrong with a man of average value?
Kevin.
Yes.
That could be a harsh reality. I'll say that.
Why?
Why?
Yes.
Let me think about that. Maybe because
if you had simply a high school diploma, would you still want a high value man today?
No.
Thank you. You're basing your want of a man based upon your educational attainment and your so-called socioeconomic value. And that is not how it has ever worked for women. Your sexual marketplace value is your looks, your physicality, and your womb. That is how it has always been. But you just proved that because you have a piece of paper, you think that increases your value. And women are often trying to get men to value their things that we don't value and experience.
I didn't say that. I never said that.
Well, if you had a high school diploma, the assumption is that you think your degree and your experience makes you more valuable to a man.
And I think the personal growth and development and some of the childhood inner wounds that I've healed make me better. I think the fact that
We want women who don't have any of that.
well,
We don't want women who don't have, no, see, ma'am, see.
Tell me where you're going to find one of those.
It's just called 25.
Well, no, that's not
No,
true.
it's called 20. No, it's called 20. See what you're basically, listen. No, don't. Well, first off, check that.
Right.
First off, check that shit. Check that shit smooth, because you cannot make men be shamed for who we are. Don't get upset that you got your shit together at half 100.
Not upset.
Whatever it is, you got yourself together at now. Why, if you were this at 23, maybe. But now the story is now men are bad because we don't want to deal with the scarred up. See, you got scars and scabs over the wounds. We don't want scars or scabs. We want smooth ass skin because somebody else put those marks there. We don't want the marks another man put on there. The only marks we want on you is maybe the ones we put on there, because at least we know what we're fucking paying for. Oh. So if your son, right?
Yes.
Your son, you'd want him to become a high value man.
I do.
And then you'd want him to date a woman 47 years old with scars and scabs and everything else. Oh, 27 years. Huh? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you for playing. She was honest. I'll give her that. She was honest. I'll give her that. But look, the reason that went off the rails is because that's the truth. At the end of the day, far too many modern women are trying to shame men for being men. I ask, where in the world do men who have value, who've made themselves something, go out and choose older women as the default setting? It's unnatural. It's not how it works. But today, we are calling masculinity toxic, alpha males as patriarchs. But these are the very men. The men that women really want are the men that build the fucking world. And it is time for men to start standing up and saying no more. Stop trying to shame men for being fucking men. She chose Fred Sanford. Good job. Maybe you have a really nice son and really well developed. And she seems like a perfectly nice woman. She wasn't rude. But it was still the same mindset as if I deserve. You don't deserve anything other than what you get yourself. We got to stop telling women they deserve men's stuff. Shout out to her though. Because she did not, she may actually be, if she was being her, we can have something to work with because she didn't seem overly hostile. But the problem is, women like her 80 years ago would have been given better information from their families and from the community and from the society to where they would be more willing to just understand that you accept what's on your level and it's not settling. All right. Hello, your audio's not connected.
Ooh. Kevin just asked this modern woman key fundamental questions. Look, why would a woman that is aged 47 years old think that a high value man will come for you when you know personally that there are some younger, slimmer, much more beautiful women out there? How do you compete with younger girls when you are 47? What do you have to offer? Now, this has been a problem to very many modern women today, thinking that they still hold the same value they had when they were 20. When you are 47 years old, you are close to 50. You are close at 100 years. But remember, there are girls or women that are 20, 25, that are young, beautiful, educated, probably even working. You can't compete with those. So when you are 47 years old, it's important for you to settle down with what you have. If you have been contemplating on divorcing your husband, you need to think twice, because it will be very difficult to land a new man. We have a 47-year-old modern woman here that is telling Kevin Samuels how she deserves a high-value man. She's telling Kevin Samuels how she still believes she can land a high-value man. But look, when you look at her beauty, she's not that very beautiful. She's close, she's funny, she's goofy, but she's not beautiful. She's aged, her body has given out. Most probably she can't even have children anymore. Look, it's careless for women to come out to think that they still hold the value they had when they were younger. Times change. New girls come in. New modern women are born. New girls are on earth. And remember, you're even competing with them. One fact that we know, that high-value men tend to go for the younger, beautiful, intelligent, respectful, modern women. She was once married, she divorced. She doesn't give a proper answer as to why she divorced her husband. It's not satisfying enough. And what Kevin Samuels tells her, stick, oh, that's what you deserve, because that's what you are, man. So women out there, you need to be very careful on the decisions you make, especially to those that are divorced or planning on divorcing their husbands, because many chances, or there's a higher probability that you stay single, you die alone. That means you have to buy a dog and die alone. Life is not the same as before. Women are many. If a man is looking for an educated woman, there are quite many now. If a man is looking for a beautiful woman, there are quite many. If a man is looking for a slim woman, they are there and there are many. So it's quite uncomfortable to hear a modern woman come out to say that she deserves a high-value man, knowing that you are aged, you're not as hot as you were. I don't know. There's nothing much more important you're going to offer a high-value man. She's not childless. She has a child from her previous marriage. She gave her highest honor to their ex-husband. And I don't think a high-value man will even consider speaking to her about marriage. They can even screw her over, They can promise her heaven and they don't do anything, So it's quite careful. It's quite uncomfortable for any woman out there, be it young or older, to think that they deserve a high-value man. If a woman deserves a high-value man, put yourself in position to get a high-value man. Be a high-value woman. Be respectful. Be obedient. Be kind. Look at potential, and even the potential will look at you. Well, that's what I think. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are about this particular modern woman. You can leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Bye-bye. Let's meet in the next video.